For my project today,
Wait, she went into my fabric box.
I was just going to admit to that. Heidi has the greatest stash of colorful fabric, and I knew exactly what I wanted to do when it came time for today's show for colorful was to go, this is just a tiny little portion of what you have.
You don't even know. You didn't know that there's another shelf out in the garage that has fabric, did you?
I had no idea. Wait, I need to go there. I'll be back. So what I'm doing for my project today is creating colorful flowers. The Aleene's peel and stick sheets are great for this project. They're 4 1/4 by 5 inches, so I can cut them down to the size or shape that I need. You will need 5 or 6 layers of flowers. I have cut mine with a die cut machine. You can also hand cut these, and I like to use t-shirt material or the beautiful cotton quilt fabrics. Lots of great colors to choose from and patterns. The first step is to decide how you want to layer your fabric and your colors, and with this particular die cut there are several different shapes, so you just layer those together. And I think my flower is going to be very full. I think there's probably 9 different layers here. So once you've decided how you want to layer your flower, you're going to start working from the back up. I take my Aleene's peel and stick sheet and just cut it to the size and shape that I want to hold all of my petals together. As you get down to your smaller petals, you may want to cut your pieces in half. The secret to releasing the liner paper on this is to just firmly flick the corner until that liner paper releases from the adhesive side, and you just press it right down onto the first petal. Now you need to press to fuse that peel and stick sheet onto your fabric. Give it a good press and start layering. Now be sure when you layer your petals that you offset them, so that you have a beautiful fluffy flower when you have all of your layers glued together. Again, press firmly to fuse the Aleene's peel and stick sheets to your fabric. The peel and stick sheets are no-sew. They're permanent, they're washable, there's no ironing needed. These are just peel and stick. So now I'm coming down to my layers with my smaller petals. So I need to use the smaller pieces of peel and stick that I have cut so that I don't have excess glue. We're going to be putting several more layers together, so it's not a problem at this layer, but if you get to the top you don't want excess glue. Also be sure that you don't stick the petals down underneath. Don't get them caught in the glue. Peel back that liner paper, stick it right in the center. Give it a good press to fuse that onto the fabric and add another layer. Again, each layer I am offsetting so that I have a very full flower. And we'll put one more petal right into the center. So there I have the beginning of a beautiful flower. Now this is really pretty just the way it is, where it's flat, but I prefer if you take this and you roll it into a ball and you rub it and roll it on your hand so that it starts to really ruffle up that flower. Then the next step is to take each individual petal and give it a good press down into the center. You want to keep rolling each petal, each layer into the center and pressing down. We're trying to press a lot of texture and wrinkles into this flower. And so it helps if you take every single layer, keep rolling it into a ball, and pressing down. Take your time on this step. Don't rush it because you want that beautiful fluffy effect to all of your petals. And again, you don't have to worry about these coming apart because the Aleene's Fabric Fusion peel and stick sheets are very, very sticky. So I have my ball of fabric and I'm giving it one more press and then we let it open. Look at those beautiful layers of color. Once you get down to the center, it's time to add your beads to the center of your flower. For that step, I like to use the Aleene's Fabric Fusion liquid glue. Now this is permanent, it is dry cleanable, and the reason I like to use this is that I really want it to come around and cup into the beads that I'm going to put in the center. The little seed beads are a little bit more difficult to hold, so I want to be sure that I have plenty of glue to do that. So I'm just going to sprinkle my seed beads into that glue, give them a good press, and then any of the excess beads you just want to shake off into a container. You are going to want to be sure to let these seed beads dry overnight, and then this piece would be washable after 48 hours. So it's really cool to create these flowers to put on your wearables. Another project that I love to use these on are the felt pouches that I create. Now I have put a video up at Almost Dailies where I show you how to actually assemble these felt pouches. So be sure and check out the video tutorial at Almost Dailies. This is cool. You can see how I would just glue this flower right on top. You can use a ribbon to tie it closed, or you can use a hook and loop tacky tape for that also. So if you like to bring a lot of color to your creativity, you will want to make dozens of these beautiful and colorful floral flowers. What's so great about creating the flowers from fabrics is that you can use them in so many projects.
Yes, well, you wouldn't even have to stay with fabrics. You could do the scrapbooking paper is beautiful too.
Yes, you can, but because I wanted to use my Aleene's Fabric Fusion, then I knew I needed to go to Heidi's Fabric Stash.
Okay, but we also could use like tacky dots and things like that.
Yes,
so,
you can.
I mean, just I'm thinking
it
color,
goes,
color, going color.
It goes on and on and on and on. And in Almost Dailies, I'm going to show you how to create the felt pouch. So you can put flowers on your felt pouch.
Oh, that is cool.
It was so popular. You know, I recently went to the Southern Women's Show, and it was amazing to see the people in line to create those pouches and flowers.
Yeah, I love that pouch too.
It's super cool. And with the embossed felts, it's really, really great.